Okay, folks, well, the first thing that we're gonna go ahead and do is cut this thing out. And right here, I believe we have us some 2 to 3 ounce leather. So pretty thin. I think it's gonna be pretty good for a wallet, which we're gonna be making. And I have our pattern here. And we're gonna have 2 pockets going like that. I don't know if you can see that, but then we'll have this one on one side behind it. So we're gonna have a total of about 6 pockets. So we're gonna go ahead and lay this thing out on here and then go ahead and cut it out. So let's get right into it. Okay, folks, we have all of our pieces cut out. I'll go ahead and throw up on the screen a picture of it done so that you can kind of see what it's going to look like, so you can get it all envisioned. But yeah, we got them all cut now. So now I'm going to go ahead and dye them. Okay, well, I'm going to be using the Febbings Show Brown Pro Dye. I think it'll look really good on this wallet. So we're going to go ahead and put our gloves on and everything, start dyeing. Okay, folks, next thing that we're going to be doing, all this stuff's nice and dry. It actually got a little bit darker than I thought, but I'm real happy with how it turned out. So I'm going to go ahead, got this back, and then we're going to use this Tandy leather double-sided tape. And we're going to go ahead and tape all this up. Then might have to do some trimming. Then we'll sew this in, then we'll sew it to that. So we're gonna go ahead and start getting this done. Bringing some new tools in. Okay. So we just need to work with this edge right here because all the other edges we'll be able to get to later. So we're gonna go ahead and bevel it. I think we got 80 grit and like 180, 120, I forget. It's really good. Okay. So we got our slicker, and I think, to be real honest, I just got this thing and I haven't used it all that much at all. So I'm gonna go ahead, put just a little bit of water on here and just use water and slick it up. So I'll go get a wet cloth and, okay, got a little wet cloth. I'm just gonna try not to get it on the dye, but just, yeah. Okay, the next thing that we're gonna go ahead and do, got our groover. We're gonna go ahead and drop a groove line down here. Okay, well, the next thing that we're gonna be doing, got this here, got our pounding table, got our hammer, and we're just gonna be going ahead punching holes. I got 4mm prongs, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to try to line it up just as well as I can so I don't end up splitting that. So I'm going to go ahead and just lightly mark out all of that, and then we'll kind of, if you would, just lightly so that if it doesn't quite line up, we can kind of move it just a touch. Well, that didn't take long. I was shocked at it did not take much thread. Goodness. Just gonna go ahead and tie this off. That actually looks really nice. This thing, since it's a pocket like this, we didn't sew it to this back piece right here. But now we are gonna go ahead and sew these two pieces on over here like that. And then we'll throw our stitch line down there. So let's go get that done now. We're gonna go ahead, kind of do the same thing. We're gonna have to tape them all onto here and sew them all up. So I'm gonna get started. Okay, we got this thing all nicely put together and everything. Now we're gonna go ahead and stitch up here with this. And then, yeah, we are getting right close to being done. So I'm gonna go ahead and just bevel this edge here and stuff. I forgot to do it before I put it on, but oh well, we'll just go ahead and bevel that and then we'll go ahead and stitch it all up. Same thing we did last time. Nothing much different. Okay, got this thing all sewed up. It's all ready. And I guess the next thing we need to do is take this thing and go ahead and stick it on there. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the tape out. Okay, so I only put tape inside this and this because now we got a pocket right there. That'd be cool just to put a little hidden pocket, whatever you want to call it back there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and bevel and groove around this and get the edges all prepped. And then we'll go ahead and punch holes to put the backing on. So, gonna start by beveling all these edges. Okay guys, it's a few days later, and we're gonna go ahead and stitch this thing up. But instead of taping this whole thing together and everything, and then punching the holes and taking the risk of not getting your hole punch quite straight and punching it through, and then having a weavy stitch line there, we're gonna go ahead and punch them all in here, then take this thing, butt it right up against it, and be able to line it up, and then we should be able to get even holes in everything. So I'm gonna go ahead, punch them all in here, and then we'll go ahead and punch them there. Okay folks, everything that I just did there did not work. The whole punching hole process, I punched the holes on the one part, and then for the backing to connect it, I punched the holes there. So when I punched the holes on the big part with all the pockets and everything before I had the backing attached, that all worked, and then I ended up going to punch the holes for the backing, and then when I went to sew them together, they didn't line up and everything. Ended up having to cut my stitch line, as you can see there, and things didn't work. So I'll show you what I did then to fix it and how I fixed it. Okay folks, it's a few days later, and I went ahead, we got a new one of these made. Went ahead and dyed it and everything. Decided not to bore you with all of that whole thing and everything. And we are gonna go ahead and put it on. And instead of doing the whole lining it up and punching the holes, I'm just gonna tape it on, then we'll punch the holes clean through. So we were able to keep this and everything. This is the same thing, but we made a new back. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this double-sided tape. Put it all around here and go ahead and stick it on then. Okay, folks, the next thing that we're gonna do, sorry about the noise in my chair. So we're gonna go ahead and bevel and slick all these edges. Okay, well now I'm just going ahead I got some of this leather balm stuff on there. I'm just taking it and wiping it on this thing, and then going ahead and using the dry part of the rag to take the rest off. And then we are gonna be done. Like, this is finally. Okay, let's go take a look at this. Okay, folks, look. That's just beautiful. Wow. I'm super happy with how this thing turned out. It just turned out just perfect, just how I liked it. I'm gonna go ahead, just see how dollar bills and everything fit in here. Yeah, it is done. That's gonna be it for this one. Be sure to like and subscribe. Bye.